We're here with Dave Walls and Addy Newberry.
Yeah.
Accuracy International. They're here for the 50 cal championships in Raton, New Mexico. So, what was it like getting your rifles ready for this championship? Because you have all brand new rifles now.
Well, we've been playing around with the idea for a couple of years because we first started off, we just shot a normal standard service rifle, 50 cal service rifle, which really and truly we were totally outclassed against proper bench rest rifles.
Mm-hmm.
So last year we tried to upgrade a service rifle by weighting it up to the maximum weight limit, doing various things to it. Didn't really do the job. Although we got good places, it wasn't good enough. So we decided that we'd form an Accuracy International rifle team and we'd make some real pucker bench rest rifles. We looked at all the pictures we'd taken over the years of the different rifles that were actually being used in Raton, picked what we considered to be the best ideas, also got guidance from ex-world champions, and basically went from there. Started off as a freehand sketch, went on to a CAD system, drew it up on the CAD system, then I put it in our drawing office where they basically redrew it on the CAD system, and they could check the actual weight of all the components to see what the overall weight of the rifle would be. And that's basically where it all kicked off from. The hardest thing in AI is we have lots of military contracts going out, and so when you come to doing a prototype job like making some bench rest rifles, it does take second place.
Yeah.
So it ends up that what we theoretically could have done in a couple of months took almost a year. And 4 weeks before this competition, the rifles were first shipped to America to have Bartline barrels put in. We made 5 rifles in all, 2 of which have stayed in the UK and 3 have come to the States. The 2 rifles in the UK are test rifles which we take out on the ranges, and we do try various ideas on the various new parts. If it works out, we feed the parts or duplicate parts over to the US to be retrofitted onto rifles that are in the UK. In the US.
Yeah.
And that's basically how we're working it. And the rifles in the UK are literally a test bed, and they're identical. They're all made on the same setup on the machines, and they are within ounces of one another as far as weight's concerned.
And that's an interesting thing people don't realize is that there's some UK manufacturing, but also some US manufacturing.
That's
and
right.
You guys move things back and forth that people don't even realize.
Yep, that's right.
And you're so consistent machine-wise that you can swap.
Yeah, well, we've got a not only the company in the UK, but we've also got Accuracy International North America, and so we are both sides of the Atlantic. That's why we've got our Accuracy International shirts on. We've got the American flag on one arm, the British flag on the other arm.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you 3D printed those skins to get more of the bench rest for the flat bottom, and so you changed that from the service rifle version.
Yeah, to actually manufacture the skins for the bench rest rifles would have been a really costly thing if we hadn't have had a 3D printer.
Yeah.
The finish on them isn't quite what we would have liked, but in the time that we had when we actually made them, we didn't have time to sand them down as much as we would like and fill all the little voids and pockets in them. So if anybody looks really closely, don't be too critical with those.
Don't let them get that close.
No.
Stay back behind the line.
We've got Bartline barrels fitted to them. The Bartline barrels were chambered and threaded to fit the actions at Mile High Shooting Centre. A guy named Logan Smith did the barrel work. Then it was all assembled in the US, and one of the rifles was sent for basically to have ammunition matched to it by what's his name, Jim Smith
in Arizona.
Arizona munitions, is it? Arizona Munitions. basically he's done a very good job. The ammunition's shooting third of a minute. We're using bore rider rounds, which
And you haven't shot these yet, so
No,
this will be your first
yeah.
time. Your sighters will be your first shots.
yeah.
Exactly that. Yeah.
We've shot the same gun in the UK. We literally did some testing and we put 800 rounds down. I think. Just to,
800 rounds of 50 cal.
yeah.
But that was just standard ball ammunition. Wasn't nothing special,
Yeah.
and was getting some great
It still
accuracy.
gets you used to the whole, because
Yeah.
it's not a bench rest trigger.
Yeah.
It's still an Accuracy International.
Yeah, it's a
same
standard
trigger,
trigger.
same everything.
Yeah.
So it's just better barrel, longer than service rifle, a little thicker
Yeah.
profile you guys went with.
Yeah. But,
and then your skins are flatter for your front rests versus
That's right. Yeah.
bipod.
Well, we mounted a small aluminium plate just under the fore end to actually go on the tripod to actually, run on the leather pads of the tripod.
Yeah.
And the back end of the rifle has got a very deep V, which actually sits on a bunny ear bag. It's guided.
Yep.
So, and we've also got a nice little idea, which is an American idea, which is called Send It, which is electronic level.
Yes.
So as you can see, if you're counting the rifle at all, it goes down to 0.2 of a minute
Of a degree,
angle,
right?
of a degree.
Yeah.
So if you're counting the rifle
2
at
minutes
all,
of a degree.
yeah, the nice part about this is I'm an old fella now, and my eyesight isn't too good up close, and I can't see a bubble, not that close, and I can't put my glasses on and look at a bubble and look for the scope at the same time. Well, that Send It is pretty remarkable because you get a nice green light showing you when the thing is level, and you've only got to tilt it a little bit one way or the other, and a red or blue light comes on to show you which way you're tilting it, so you can bring it back to level again.
Awesome.
And we're trying out another muzzle brake, which we actually is again made in the States.
APAs.
APA,
yeah.
yeah.
Good break.
And that is, well, it's very successful from our point of view. We tried it in the UK and we reckon it's given us approximately 20% less
So you did
recoil.
shoot an APA in the
Yeah,
UK,
yeah,
you have them
yeah.
there as well. So,
Yeah.
okay, so you've gotten behind the APA.
Yeah, so we've gone with that. And in firing the rifles in the UK, we found that the recoil was reduced so much that we can actually still see the target in the scope
Nice.
when the gun recoils.
Yeah.
And that's more than we ever could before. So, we feel we're in with a chance. We've both been practicing. I would say I'm more ready now than I've ever been.
Are you doing shooter spotter for calling wind and all that? Are you going to work as a team that way?
Yeah, because we have a team here. We will work as a team.
Yeah,
as best we can.
Scott Sigmund from our American branch is actually going to be shooting with us as well.
Yep.
So we've got I would say a knowledgeable
Nice.
team, and we've all been practicing. I think we're all, I would say, about ready for it.
Awesome.
And